The divisional round of the NFL playoffs is gone. Unfortunately, we're 1 week closer to the end of the season, 1 week closer to no football until next September. But right now, we don't care about that. We are recapping the divisional round. Because it was the NFL, there was no shortness of storylines and action. Did Mahomes get hurt and get an injury that normally keeps players out for 3 to 4 weeks? Maybe. Did Brett Maher miss another field goal? Maybe. Stay tuned to find out. This is K&A Football. All right, Austin.
You did it again.
I know. I did that.
You did it intentionally.
I wanted to make you mad, so I was like, I don't know. There's no way to approach it in a way that's just not all right, Austin, or all right, Caden. It's just, that's how it's been for 40 out of the 45 episodes we've done. It has been all right, whoever is not opening. So I'm like, it's too weird to switch it up. Until we find a better way to switch it up, not going to happen.
That's disrespectful, honestly. I work so hard every time that I do the intro to, not say all right, to work something else in there, and then you just come in here with the all right. It's just every time.
I mean, what am I supposed to say? Okay, Austin.
No, come up with something fun, something special. All right, next time,
how about this? This is on live on this. I can't take this back. It's a promise.
No, you can't. You have to do it.
It's a promise. I'll open it with something more fun than all right.
Won't.
Yes, I will.
No, you won't.
It'll be the championship recap. It'll be good.
I'm looking forward to it, and I hope the viewers hold you accountable to that.
I will. I will. I hold my promises. That's a word.
You hold your promises.
No, wait.
My little promise. No, that's what you do.
I fulfill my promises.
You keep them.
Keep my promises. Yeah, that's it.
We'll go with that. My goodness, this is what I was like. We're keep.
Okay. I do, Debbie. I do get a lot of hate from you, from Debbie, from other people,
from our viewers,
who listen and say that I just suck at English. I'm sorry that sometimes I say the wrong word. I'm close enough that you know what I'm trying to say. So, stop getting mad. Come do the podcast yourself.
Oh wow, that's what it's going to be. Speaking of close enough, Caden, I have. I ran the numbers this week, okay? I ran the numbers. And if you remember on the Pick'ems episode, we went ahead and tried to predict the score for these games, right?
We did.
Speaking of close enough, Caden, I noticed a large disparity between your picking and my picking of the games.
Hey, man.
So which of the two of us do you think got closer on all of the games? If you had to just take a shot in the dark.
Before I answer, I'd like a follow-up question. Which one of us is going to be spending 24 hours at a Waffle House?
I'd like to follow up your follow-up question with a question called, which one of us was closer on those games? Who do you think?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to see when we get to the
No,
games.
I have the numbers right here. Who got closer?
You did.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Do you know how much closer I got than you? By any chance, off the top of your head?
That doesn't matter.
It matters. Okay, so I was, on average, 17 points off. Okay, which is like a pretty big number. 17 points off out of 4 games. That's really bad. Caden, do you know how off you were on these games?
It doesn't matter.
Take a shot in the dark.
It doesn't matter.
I want you to guess.
I'm gonna say, fine. I'm gonna guess. It was a lot. I mean, because I got one of the games wrong, so how are you putting that? So, all the points I had plus all the points that team ended up winning by?
I got one wrong, too, so yeah. Just how far were you away from the actual score?
I'm going to say 49.
Oh, you are not that bad.
Okay.
You were better than that.
That's the strategy. You got to guess really high and, something crazy. And then, yeah, exactly. It makes you look better. So, 55.
You were 31.25 points.
That's not awful.
Off.
All right. It's okay. Moral victories. Everyone needs them. You're still going to be eating those waffles at the Waffle House. Have fun with that.
I love waffles. It's going to be great.
What about you, Austin?
What about... I was 17 points off.
Gotcha.
I'd mentioned that, yeah. Well, either way, let's see how wrong you were. There's one game in particular that I'm really excited to get to for your sake. So let's get into the recap.
The K&A Week Recap.
Okay.
All right, so the first game we got here is the Chiefs, who coming off the bye, they had the first seed in the AFC, playing the Jaguars, who made their 27-0 comeback last week. A lot of people were like, will this be one of the craziest craziest upsets we've ever seen? Probably not, but you never know. It's football. And we came to this game, and the Chiefs looked really good to start. Shocker. And
Who knew?
there was no sarcasm in that sentence. And the Chiefs are moving, doing fine. Then Mahomes gets sacked. Rolls up on his ankle pretty bad. You could tell he's in a lot of pain. He's limping. He's having trouble walking. It's not looking good.
Yeah, it wasn't looking good at all. I mean, he went down and he came up and he was hobbling a little bit, and I was like, I think that maybe whatever. I didn't see the play happen because he threw the ball away. No one watches the quarterback after he throws it, so whatever. Okay, then they show the replay, and dude, his ankle got crushed by all 350 pounds of his offensive linemen. Just absolutely crushed. His leg was bent in such a weird way. His ankle was completely sideways, and I was like, "That's not good. That's he will not be back in this game." And Chad Henne came in to the game he looked like he was going to come into the game because Mahomes had hobbled off to the sideline, and then Mahomes gets up and he literally jumps on one foot out to the field, and he tells Henne to get out of there. And Mahomes gets into the huddle, and they snap the ball. Whatever. Mahomes literally bounces on his left leg to hand it off to the running back, and it was the saddest thing I've ever seen. Okay, so they get a field goal or something out of that drive. I think they actually punted it away on that drive. And then Chad Henne comes in and gives them a 98-yard drive. Chad Henne comes in as the backup and gives him a 98-yard drive to score a touchdown. He goes 5 for 7 on that drive, which is mildly impressive because he wasn't supposed to play at all, and now here he is coming in the divisional round, and he really makes something happen.
It's almost like he's done that before.
It's almost like, don't bring that up. Okay, that did happen before. For those of you that don't know, in 2020, so the 2021 year, Mahomes got hurt against the Browns in the divisional round, and us being there for the first time, we were just really happy to be there, guys. And then Henne comes in and kind of smokes us. He runs for 20 yards to end the game, and it's just disappointing. It wasn't a touchback though, just so we're clear. Either way, that's not the point. The point is Mahomes comes in then after halftime with his ankle completely wrapped in
everything.
Yes, they took the locker room and wrapped it around his ankle, and he played okay the rest of the game. He obviously didn't run that much. Ended up winning the game, but we were like, okay, what happens with Mahomes now? Because now you're faced with a situation where, okay, you won the game, but now you're playing either the Bills or Bengals next week. And are you going to have your quarterback be immobile for that game? Turns out he has a high ankle sprain. So what do they do now next week?
Right. So, Debbie, which camera am I supposedly looking at? Okay. How does it feel, listeners? I ourselves included. Mahomes.
Oh, it hurts. It hurts. I know what you're going to ask, but it hurts on the inside. Yeah, go ahead.
Do you actually know what I'm going to ask?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Mahomes on one leg is better than any quarterback that we root for. Is that
yep.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Exactly what you're going to say. Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're listening. You're a Bills fan. I take Mahomes on one leg. Obviously, Panthers. I take Mahomes on no legs. He's insane, and you could tell that he wanted to stay in that game, rightfully so. I'm taking Mahomes in one leg over Chad Henne. Nothing against Chad Henne, it's just Mahomes. And then, so
over the Bills? Did you say over the Bills?
Oh no, over the Chiefs backup.
Oh, gotcha.
I'd still take Mahomes over Josh
That's
Allen. No hate against Josh
Allen.
Allen. He's a great player, but
yeah,
Mahomes is
Mahomes.
But you could tell he was really upset when he had to go out. I mean, he spiked his helmet on the ground, and he ran into the locker room, and then came back out and started in the second half. But like you said, now high ankle sprain, and he said, "I will be playing next week," which it is the AFC Championship. You don't want the best player in the NFL to miss that game. But a high ankle sprain is a really bad injury in the NFL. Players miss 4 to 5 weeks for high ankle sprains, if minimum. Running backs, they're out for half the season. High ankle sprains are not something to mess with. which makes it very concerning for the Chiefs coming up in the next week, because a huge part of Mahomes' game is his ability to just run around for 1,000 yards out there. We talked about it last week. Debbie made a reel about it, where he can just literally run, throw it backwards, throw it through his legs, do something. And he lost that ability now. So now he's going to have to be more of a pocket passer in a big game where he can't do that crazy, just magic ability. But we'll see how it affects him. It's definitely something to monitor.
Yeah, I think that he'll be a lot more mobile next week than he was this week after the sprain, because this week, obviously, they had to do all of the work on the sideline and in the locker room right then, right there. Whereas before this game, I mean, first off, he is going to be just under the NFL limit for painkillers before the game. Barely under. And also, he will be wearing a brace. They won't just have taped his ankle up and hope that it holds. He will be wearing a legitimate brace to help hold it where it is.
I see what you mean by that, and I at some point agree, but at the same time, the adrenaline in last game, like, he's not going to feel it as much. He still feels it. Obviously, he was still in pain.
Yeah.
But the adrenaline just helps you to keep going. This week now, he's going through the week. He's really going to start feeling that leg again, or ankle or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's going to be like, like, this hurts. Like, they're saying that he's, for all week, he's probably going to be using crutches. So I don't know how you go from crutches to playing in a AFC Championship game in the span of a week.
He's going to do it.
I think if anyone would do it, it'd be him, 100%. Yeah.
It's one of the, I'd say, harder things about coaching, because for Andy Reid, it's like, okay, yeah, your $500 million quarterback wants to play, and he's honestly probably the second most powerful person in like the Chiefs organization, other than maybe the owner. Right, and so
I think Mahomes is the owner, man.
Yeah, maybe, dude. It's like, if Mahomes wants to play, Mahomes plays. But at the same time, do you let Mahomes play? Because then if he plays in the AFC Championship game and you make it to the Super Bowl, does he play in the Super Bowl then? Because what if he gets hurt again? Obviously, there was more to this game than just Mahomes, though. But the big storyline was Mahomes. Bigger implication is that the Jaguars lost.
Hey, I mean, we didn't talk about the Jags, but great season for them. Literally had the first pick the last 2 years. Now they went to the divisional round, losing by 7 to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Impressive.
It's very impressive. Good job, Trevor Lawrence. You didn't play fantastic this game, but you played well enough. Travis Etienne, you had a fantastic season. I will be picking you up in fantasy again next year. And Doug Peterson, great job on being a good coach, not just in Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not much to say for this game. So now we're going to skip this game and go to the next one, Debbie. There's not much to say. Everyone saw this coming. Yeah.
Everyone?
No. What a part of
Everyone,
being
Kaden?
a great... How am I trying to say this? I'm not trying to mess up my English again. A part of being a great... Crap.
See, here you go messing up the English again.
Man, I should have thought about this before I started talking. A part of just being a great... Crap, man, I can't think of the word. Okay, you gotta know.
I'll help you out. What are you trying to look for?
No, it's okay. You gotta. I'm just gonna switch up a little bit how I was gonna say it. You gotta be able to admit when you were wrong. You gotta take your losses. You gotta bury your losses and just admit it and be like, I was wrong. That's part of being a. Oh, it's okay, man. I can't
insert word there.
Insert word that is in my head that you guys don't know. Sure, real man. That's not what I was thinking. But yeah. But I was very wrong. I said last week that I think the Giants are going to beat the Eagles.
I think
they're going to win by 8. I think the Eagles are come out and look sluggish.
You said that too.
The bye week is going to hurt them.
These are all things you said, yeah.
I missed terribly.
Yeah, you did.
But you know who doesn't miss?
Who's that?
K&F Construction.
That's true.
K&F Construction has been serving the Northeast Ohio community for over 16 years, specializing in composite decks. K&F Construction takes the time and effort to provide the service and product that you deserve for your home. You can call K&F Construction today at 330-575-2465 for a free estimate. Again, that's 330-575-2465. You can also visit kfdex.com, which is linked in the description. K&F Construction. Let us build your dream backyard. So yeah, they don't miss, but I did miss in this game.
Oh, you want to know how badly you missed? Not only did you pick the Giants to win, which, I mean, they lost 7-38, but you picked them to win 27-19. how you score 19 points
Hey, I
in a
talked about that
football
last
game?
week. I said it's gonna happen, and I clearly was wrong. So we don't need the dog on me. If we were gonna talk about people's losses, why don't we talk about your whole entire season? No,
You're gonna go there with
no
that?
hate, no
You're
hate.
really gonna go there with that?
That's for Waffle House.
Fight.
This is-
Fight.
it's
No,
not-
we're
these
not
are-
fighting on the
No,
podcast.
these are.
We're good. We're good.
Yeah,
we're good.
we're friends.
We're good.
We're
We're
friends.
good.
Yeah.
Mm.
We're not friends, but we're friends though. We're totally
We're
friends.
good. We're co-hosts.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm here because I have to.
Right. But back to the game. I was completely wrong. I couldn't have been more wrong. They looked the opposite of sluggish. They looked rested. They looked prepared. They looked ready. The Giants looked way more sluggish. They played terrible, and this was very early.
This was early.
This was
over very early, is what you meant to say.
that is
Yes.
correct.
Yeah. In the first quarter, this game was over. They had 14 points in the first quarter. It was a blowout from the very beginning, and the best part about this game was that the Eagles just did not care. They had zero respect for the Giants in this game. See, it wasn't quite the level of disrespect as the Chiefs playing the Raiders when they did the little ring around the rosy play that we love to bring up because it was
We brought it up like 4 times now.
yeah,
but
4 times in 3 episodes. It wasn't quite that level of disrespect, but they literally went for 2.
Yeah, that's what
Like they were up.
Is that Boston Scott?
Boston Scott.
Did
But you
do
just-
it too? I'm trying to find the play.
Well, no, Debbie just said Boston Scott. It is almost seeming like they're rubbing it in. Boston Scott has 9 of his 11 career touchdowns against the Giants. It's like Boston Scott, he's mid his whole career, and then when they're playing the Giants, you're like, let's bring him out. Let's bring out Marshawn Lynch, But
Yeah. But yeah, they went for 2. They didn't actually try it. They were just trying to draw the Giants offside to get it at the 1 to try for 2 from the 1.
it made no sense why they were doing that. It was literally, let's be up by 32 instead of 31. Whatever.
I don't understand it, but I'm all for it.
It was funny.
It's a divisional opponent. I get it. Next year, hopefully, you're just as good because it'd be very embarrassing if then you came back next year and the Giants went and rubbed this in their face because this is something that NFL teams don't forget. They remember things like that, and they're going to do the same thing to you if they get the chance.
Mm-hmm.
Giants probably won't get that chance in the next couple of years, but we'll see. The Eagles blew them out of the water. Not really much to be said. Neither quarterback had a fantastic day, to be honest. They were good enough, especially Jalen Hurts, to win the game, but he wasn't fantastic. It was overall kind of an average game other than the Eagles blowing them out of the water.
Yeah. NFL fans are really, if you didn't know, some NFL fans are really like bipolar. Not me.
Of course, not you.
I stick
You-
with that.
right,
I
you
stick with an idea,
Yeah.
and I'm with that. Ride or die,
Right. If I had to pick a way to describe you, that's how I would do it.
Yeah, ride or die. Like, don't never change my ideas. But some NFL fans are bipolar, and that is kind of like what the Giants fans are right now. Because Daniel Jones, he's played great all season, and he played great in their first playoff game. He's deserving of a new contract. He deserves
think
to
so,
get
yeah.
at least a 2-year, maybe 3-year small deal to stay there and continue what he's done this year. He deserves it. He's played well. But a lot of Giants fans after this game, they're like, "Oh, get rid of him! He's trash." But he got you this far. I think you're being a little too bipolar. Pump the brakes. He's fine. You deserve to sign him. He got you to the playoffs. You'll be all right.
Yeah, he got you here. He played well. The Giants came out and said a couple weeks ago that they'd like to keep Jones and Saquon. And just today, they said that they value Saquon at $12 million a year, which would put him in the ranks with like Aaron Jones, Nick Chubb, Alvin Kamara,
Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry. It's good, and he deserves that money. He really does. He's been a fantastic
Right. As
player
long
all
as
year.
he can stay healthy, he is a top running back in the league, and he showed it this year.
Yeah.
First year since his rookie season that he didn't get hurt, and he played like one of the best running backs in the league. Yeah.
But like we've been saying all year, good job, Brian Dable. You got him here. That's what really matters. You probably just won Coach of the Year by getting yourself here. I think he deserves it more than anyone else.
I agree.
This one hurts.
This one does not hurt. Oh, you got this one wrong too.
2, I've only got 1 wrong. And
No, like this one because you were making fun of me. Like 2 is in. Whatever.
Last I checked, Caden, the Bengals didn't blow out the Bills by beating them by 31 points.
Yeah, but Yeah.
Do you see a 31-point difference on that?
I
screen?
don't, but
No. Okay. All right.
you're right.
I'm just making sure.
All right, so yeah, I had the Bengals in this. We're bickering a lot. We gotta
You're right. We need to bring this.
calm it down. We're friends.
Right.
So we're good. We're good. So I had the Bengals in this one. He had the Bills. This was supposed to be a great game, sort of similar to the Bills Chiefs divisional game last season that went into overtime. It was like one of the best games ever. Such a good game. This was supposed to be the same. Winner would go on to ultimately play Kansas City. If Buffalo wins, it's a neutral site. If Cincinnati wins, it's in Kansas City. This was the DeMar Hamlin game, the game that he got hurt back on that Monday night. So DeMar Hamlin was back. He was up in the press box, but like you couldn't see him. Like the camera showed him, and he was literally like invisible up there. Like it was kind of weird, but I thought it was funny. But the Bengals completely routed them. Like
They did.
27 to 10. It's like it's a blowout, but it's not completely like, oh, they got owned, but they got owned. Like the score is a lot closer than the game was. They literally owned from start to finish in offense, defense, special teams.
Yeah, 100%. This is obviously like a fun game to watch because this was what everyone kind of expected the Bills-Dolphins game to be a couple of weeks ago. With the snow, right? It's like a snow game. Everyone really loves to watch a snow game.
Yeah, it was awesome.
But the snow ended up hurting Buffalo. This is kind of not what you expect. You expect teams that are further north to play better in the snow, but Cincinnati, obviously being in southern Ohio, sees its fair share of snow, and so it didn't really affect them that much. And it, if anything, I think hurt the Bills because their defense just looked completely out of sorts.
Let's see what this is.
What are we watching here, Debbie?
Josh Allen throws an interception in a fitting way to end the game. So yeah, we were going to get to Josh Allen. He really struggled in this game, and what ultimately ended the game. It was pretty much over at then, but interception to nail the final nail in the coffin. But Josh Allen, he's been a great quarterback his whole career, and he will be a great quarterback. Man, the snow angels in the snow, that's great. You love to see it. But
you hate to see it.
But the only thing that's keeping him from literally winning MVP every single season, going to the Super Bowl every single season, is he throws way too many interceptions, and he's still a little bit inaccurate. His first year in the league, he was one of the most inaccurate quarterbacks in the league. He got better a little bit, and now everyone's like, oh my gosh, he is literally him. He is the best player in football, but he still throws, like, what do you have this year? Like 15-something interceptions? I know we'll do like a recap year episode where we'll talk about that more in depth, but he really throws too many interceptions, and that hurt them in this game. He threw 2 or 3 picks in this game. You can't do that against any team, let alone a team as explosive as the Bengals.
Yeah. I mean, I hope that Josh Allen continues to get better because, like you said, if he just limits the amount of interceptions that he has, I think he is one of the best quarterbacks in football, if not the best, because he's already in that conversation and he throws so many interceptions a year. The only one that is definitely better than him, you would say, is Patrick Mahomes, and he doesn't throw barely any interceptions. So if he can limit that number, he's probably just as good, if not better, than Mahomes. But Bengals absolutely destroyed the Bills, which is, I mean, you don't think that 27-10 is absolutely destroyed, but like you said, the score is a lot closer than the game felt. And what worries me about that is going into this game, I would have said that I trust the Bills defense a lot more than I trust the Chiefs defense.
Yeah.
And the Chiefs now play the Bengals in Arrowhead, so that is something, but they play the Bengals in the AFC Championship game this weekend.
With one-footed Mahomes.
Right, Mahomes on one foot. I'm probably going to end up picking the Chiefs in that game. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to pick the Chiefs because I really don't want the Bengals to win, and I'm already going to Waffle House anyway, so may as well really go for it. Sell all out for it. But it makes me nervous because, like I said, I would trust the Bills defense more than the Chiefs defense, and they got destroyed.
Yeah, and you're playing in the snow, and the snow's supposed to make the offenses more sluggish, more slow, harder to pass, but it didn't affect them at all. So now when they're playing in more than likely clear conditions, at least not snow all over the field, what are they going to do to that Kansas City defense?
Yeah.
Should be crazy. You know what I heard today? The injury.
Yeah, the touchdown.
Oh, yeah, there was late in the game. The game was decided at this point already.
Yeah.
But Joe Burrow chucked it deep, and who was it? It was Jordan Poyer and someone else on the Bills. A corner and a safety collided. Bad hit. They got hurt. Very rarely do you see two guys hurt each other from the same team on the same play like that. But
Jordan Poyer and Tre'Davious
so
White.
two very good players, Tre'Davious White and Jordan Poyer. The game was already over at that point, so it's not like the injury caused them to lose, but hopefully they get better.
Yeah.
But what I did here today, I mean, obviously this is some people. Is this the injury?
Yeah.
Debbie's pulling up the stats like crazy back there. Go, Debbie.
Oh,
Rewind it
yeah.
a little bit.
I
So,
see
yeah, the
this.
game. I mean, it's 24-10. I mean, it's like technically not over, but yeah, they hit each other pretty bad. They both go pretty much limp to the ground. I mean, they were okay. They got up and walked off, but
Yeah, obviously just rattled them there out for the rest of the game there.
Debbie's going, give me the replay. Oh, T. Higgins was making this. Did you see that they were booing T.
This is
Higgins
bad.
every time he catches the ball? Like, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, that's really,
That's low.
really shady and low. Like, it's not his fault for what happened. And
That's
to
like that's a
boo a guy,
Steelers fans move right there.
like you already know he's going through a lot thinking about that, and then he's getting booed. I mean, I'm sure he doesn't care, but like, come on, that's a low. That's a low.
It's low.
But back to what I was trying to say. Someone today, I mean, it doesn't matter. It's not like it's true. It's just a take I heard today. Someone's like, dude, Josh Allen has no receivers. He has no receiver help. And I was like, what? He has Stephon Diggs. He has Gabe Davis. Isaiah McKenzie's a great receiver. I was just mind blown. But
yeah,
Josh
Dawson
Allen-
Knox isn't
Josh
a terrible tight end either.
exactly, Josh Allen is the reason that they lost this game.
Yeah, I'm sure that if any of you were on Instagram or anything and you follow any NFL pages, you would see that there was a clip of Stephon Diggs very clearly upset with Josh Allen, which is like, yeah, fair enough.
He's your superstar quarterback.
He keeps. I don't understand how you can have the arm strength that you have and consistently overthrow receivers. Like, you'd think that at some point you'd figure that out, but every time that a receiver is on a go route and they split the corner and the safety, and you're like, that's it. If the quarterback hits it, it's open. He overthrows him almost every time. Stephon Diggs barely gets his fingertips on some of those. It's like, you gotta
Fix
control
that,
that, man.
and you will be like
You'd be fantastic.
Mahomes, and you and Mahomes will be here, and everyone else will be down here.
Yeah, I mean, you keep winning the division because your division is garbage with Tua injured.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that'll work out for you. You'll keep making it to the playoffs, but you just got to fix that this season. Good job, Bills.
All right, we'll see if Lamar goes to the Jets.
I'll be rooting for you.
We'll see if
Also-
Lamar goes to Jets and makes that division more interesting.
Yeah. Also, my Super Bowl pick is now out. I picked the Bills at the beginning of the
Hey,
year.
so
and
was
they're
mine.
finally gonna- Yeah,
But my front
but your
my
runner-up is
Yeah,
still in,
yeah.
so my runner-up didn't even make the playoffs. All right, next game, Debbie. I don't want to talk about this anymore. It hurts me.
This is already the last game. That is crazy.
I know.
It's sad doing only 4 games. Not a lot of. What is Debbie pointing at? Austin. I was just gonna say we obviously, like all episodes, we have a live chat. So since this was obviously a shorter episode, not as much to talk about, feel free to send questions in, and after this game, I'm sure we'll have time to answer them. So yeah, but
Yeah.
you want to talk about this?
Yeah, I'll gladly talk about this, even though it was a closer game than I would have thought, to be honest with you.
It was a lower
Substantially
scoring game.
closer.
I mean, I was wrong this week. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I had 41 or 42-21 or something like that. It was not.
I could tell you what you had.
I think it was 42-21.
It was.
So the Niners scored 19 and the Cowboys scored 12. So like very
off.
low scoring. Yeah,
Little
I was a little off. But the Niners defense, man, is so good.
It's
But not
legit.
just that, Dak Prescott is so bad. He is so bad. He threw 2 picks in this game. Should have thrown 5. Should have thrown a game-losing pick 6. I mean, they
Should.
did lose anyway, but should have. Oh man, like the fact that he got. What did he get? What was his contract? Like $350 million or
Yeah.
something stupid. That is the highest overpay I've ever seen. He is. With the amount of talent you have, you got Dalton Schultz, who's a very good tight end. You got Zeke and Pollard. You got a good O-line. You got a good defense. You got CeeDee Lamb. You're not winning games. You're leading the league in interceptions. We say it every week, and he's played 5 less games than the other contestants, quote unquote, like other finalists. No, it's not an award, but whatever. But,
Hayden with English again.
yeah, I mean, he's really holding this team back. And obviously, Cowboys fans are like crazy. It's America's team. And like when the Cowboys lose, America wins, except for Cowboys fans, all that. I'm sure have you seen all of the videos of Cowboys fans like breaking their TVs and throwing things like
burning their jerseys,
burning their Dak Prescott jerseys? I would do the same. Like crazy stuff. I've seen at least maybe 3 videos of different Cowboys fans breaking their TV. One guy, the second after the last play of the game, which we'll talk about, boom, punched the TV, completely busted. Then he cracks it over his knee.
Yeah.
And then another one, he spiked it outside on his driveway, got in his truck, crushed it a million times. Like, okay, your team just lost, but now you got to pay however many dollars to repay this TV.
It's the TV's fault. Stop thinking it's not the TV's fault.
I mean, it might be a little hypocritical coming from me putting a hole in a wall, but like, I didn't break a TV, man. But
if your kicker's missing that many, then I would be pretty mad too.
That's another thing.
I'll pull it up here. There's another.
Brett
miss.
Maher.
Yeah.
You have the clip, Debbie?
Brett Maher, don't play yet. Brett Maher in warm-ups missed 2 warm-up kicks after his crazy woes last week. Jerry Jones walks onto the field and talks to him. I would really like to know what Jerry Jones said because there's no way that he can give him kicking advice. What's he going to say? Oh, so you're going to want to put your leg here and you're going to... No, he's not giving him kicking advice.
Jerry Jones said this. I don't know if that's true or not, but here's exactly what Jerry Jones said. He said, "Boy, if you miss a kick in this game, you are no longer a Dallas Cowboy." And that's what he said to him. And then promptly after this game, he got fired.
Right.
He didn't, but...
First time Cowboys go down and score, and then it's 6-0. Everyone's anticipating the kick. Obviously, we know what happened last week. He goes, it's blocked. How funny is that? It's blocked. But you're like, okay, that's not his fault. It was blocked. But then they show the replay. Oh, you can skip the kick. I mean, you can tell it's blocked, but you can't really tell. Do they show the replay on this clip, Debbie? Can you skip to that? Because we all know it's blocked. It's hard to really tell what's going on. I think. There we go. So he lines up. Everyone's anticipating. Is he going to miss? The Niners fans are going nuts because, like, it's Maher. Blocked.
Dude, that kick was going wide left.
Yes. They show the replay. That thing was super low, and that thing was soaring to the left. The announcer said, "Oh my gosh, that would have missed bad." There we go. The field goal post is right over there, and that thing was going way left. There's no shot that was going in, and that would have been another.
Dude, his eyes are so big.
It's good. It's better that thing got blocked than if he just soared it. Because that's exactly what was going to happen.
I honestly wish that it wouldn't have been blocked. So he had zero confidence.
Wish it wouldn't have been blocked.
He had zero confidence when he needed to make a field goal again, and then he just made 0 points the rest of the game.
But then he did make his kicks later in the game. He hit like a 40-yarder. He hit like a 10-yarder. And,
There's a kick right after that.
It's like a 25-yard field goal.
Like, can he make the next hit? And it was like under 25 yards.
Yeah, it was like a 10-yard field goal. But
yeah.
49ers Eagles will be a very good game to watch this Sunday. Both of the games this Sunday are going to be very fun to watch.
Yes, I hope so.
There isn't really a year that I remember that's like, okay, I don't know who I think is going to win this game. Like last year, let me think. I was like, okay, I want the Niners to win, but I'm pretty confident the Rams are going to win this game. Mm-hmm. And then the other side, I thought Kansas City was going to win. Obviously, it didn't happen. But like you go into the game, you're like, okay, this team is way more suited to win this game. Like this is the better team. This game, both very even, both very good at different things. Will be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it should be. Debbie has just.
Wait. Well,
never mind. Okay, go ahead, Debbie. Go for it, Debbie. This is what happens. I
wanted to
speak,
cover the
and then
the last throw or the game ending throw from
I was
Dak.
going to get there, but it's fine. Debbie will just take all the credit if I can find it.
Debbie takes all the
There
credit.
it is.
We don't get any credit for this.
I don't. No, I get no credit for this. Everyone they see
this
me in
just go
public.
off, so I'll
They see me in
find it later.
public, and then they're just like, "Oh, where's that Debbie?" And then it's just they don't care about me.
Yeah, no
It's
one
like for
recognizes
Debbie.
me or you in public. It's crazy.
That's weird.
I'm waiting for the day
Also
when
got
someone
recognized
runs
in
up.
public.
I actually did get recognized.
Yeah, Austin did. Kidding, you're just not popular.
Man, it's almost like me and you are on the screen at the exact same time all the time. Whatever.
Kaden, wait, was it at the end of the when he threw to the right passer instead of the left passer, and the left was wide open and the right? Did you not see that? Bro, it was everywhere.
What are you talking
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that one.
Austin knows what I'm talking about. Was
Yeah.
that at the end? Was that like the last play?
No, that was like
in the beginning of the.
middle
Are we
of the
talking about
fourth
Dak?
ish. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Was it like
yeah,
2
that
minutes
was-
and 50 seconds?
Yeah, but
Let's
we
just-
don't
oh,
need to
I
show
got it,
that.
I got
part.
it.
Just talk about the
Okay.
last one.
All right.
Yeah. So first, before we get there, if you would like to watch this video, if you're not watching already, Debbie has recently brought to my attention. So first off, the other week we were out somewhere, and Debbie casually brought to my attention that we have more social medias than I had originally known. And so stemming from that conversation, Debbie decided that he wanted to put us on Rumble. So if you would like to go to Rumble and watch us, you can see this episode. I have to look up what it's called because apparently we don't have enough content on Rumble to like actually be recognized as K&A football. But if you were to look up E45 Divisional Round Recap, this episode would show up. Apparently.
Go do it. We have a lot of listeners over there, clearly.
Yeah, we have so many listeners on Rumble.
Hey, we just got started.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did just start
notable
that.
people that listen to us on Rumble is obviously the very notable Rumble personality, Andrew Tate. And if you don't like him, then he doesn't listen to us. It's all up to you. It's subjective, really.
That was funny. Nice.
Okay, and it makes it way more funny when you verbally express how funny it was. Yeah, that was great. All right, so anyway, the last play of this game, the Cowboys.
This was not the play, but yes, this is what we are getting.
Okay,
to. Yeah.
All right. So a couple of years ago, the Indianapolis Colts had the genius idea that in need of a first down on 4th and 3, they would, if you're not listening, or if you are listening and want to watch, I highly recommend you go over to the YouTube or even the Rumble to watch this, because they line up in probably the worst formation that football has ever seen. Not only is this illegal, but it's also insanely stupid. So if you see, they have literally 9 out of their 11 guys on the right side of the field lined up like they're going to punt,
Including their offensive line
including
and their
their
punter.
offensive line, and then they have their long snapper and who is punter out there on like the middle of the field where the ball normally is. Okay, Debbie, roll the clip. This was a couple of years ago, and you'll see where we're getting
Yeah.
in just a moment. So they line up, and it's like, okay, this is very confusing.
They're like,
because
what are they doing?
what
Trying to
are
draw
you
them off
gonna
sides
do?
or something. Yeah.
And then trying to draw them off sides, they accidentally
They accidentally snapped.
snap the ball, and then it promptly just gets tackled because like what?
What's
Like-
one dude? One guy's not going to block 5 guys. What is
Yeah,
this?
what, Debbie? What is this?
Debbie, you
This
found
is
the most
minion.
broken
Oh, Debbie. Oh, Debbie. All right, so then.
That was actually in the game. You're right.
Yeah, that's fun fact. So then, Mike McCarthy, in all of his genius, doesn't quite learn from history. There's a saying that goes, "Those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it." And Mike McCarthy didn't quite take that play as a warning. He took it as an instruction manual. So in the last play of this game, in need, of the Cowboys game.
Oh, okay.
In the last play of the Cowboys game, in need of a first down and actually there was 1 second left, so it didn't even matter. They just needed to get to the end zone. Okay, so you expect a bunch of laterals,
A Hail Mary.
a Hail Mary, anything. Literally anything. And then he comes up with this genius play. Debbie, do you have the clip? Debbie does
Debbie
not.
does not.
Debbie does not have the clip.
It's okay. I hope you find it. Hey, it's Nick Bosa.
It's Nick Bosa. He is him.
The
That was the end.
oh wait,
Yeah,
no, this is
so go back a little
yeah,
bit.
come way back here to the play. Keep going. To go to the very beginning of the clip.
Very beginning.
Oh,
Yeah.
whoa, wait, JK. Put it in the middle. Just see where we're at here. Perfect. Okay, skip ahead. 18 seconds. Okay, this is perfect. Right here.
Right there.
No,
We
not
were
what
saying
we
where your
said.
mouse was, Debbie. This is going well, guys.
This is going great. Okay, 5 seconds left. They review this.
Oh yeah, Schultz is kind of sold here.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't toe drag there,
yeah.
but whatever.
Schultz kind of just got 1 foot in, and then it got overturned because he's a genius.
So before we get to the play, Ezekiel Elliott is a running back.
yeah, to be very clear,
Right.
He's one of the best blocking running backs in the league.
Supposedly.
I will give him that.
We thought.
We thought.
Okay, here we go. Snap, pause it right here. Okay, so you look. You got no offensive lineman. You see Zeke snapping the ball. You're like, what is going on? And then they say number 21, who is Zeke, is reported ineligible. So he can't go out for a pass or anything. He can get a lateral if like they lateral to him, but he can't go out for a pass because he is the center. but there's no other offensive lineman. It's literally just him. Looks very similar to the Colts play. So then you got like 3 of the offensive linemen at the top of the screen with CD Lamb right under him. Then you got some more down under the screen with another receiver down there. All right, you're probably not running this play in the first place, but you should throw a screen to one of the receivers and have the lineman who are right in front of him block, get downfield a little bit, and then start doing the lateral play. Right?
You'd think so. Or at least you have 6 seconds, so at least expend 4 of those seconds to get, I don't know, maybe 20 yards down the field.
Because,
get a better chance for a Hail Mary.
You got to go quick because you aren't expecting a running back to give you much time with only one. It's not like it's 5 running backs. It's just one.
Just one
and
guy.
He doesn't specialize in being an offensive lineman. So we'll see what happens.
Very true. So they snap the ball. You can go ahead and play it, Debbie. Snap the ball, and Ezekiel Elliott gets pancaked. And then Dak throws it right to the middle of the field.
Not to the side. He does it right to the middle.
Blown up.
Where the game ends. That was a horrible... Mike McCarthy, genius. You know what was so funny about this play is literally the refs... Or not the refs.
Pancaked.
The announcers...
Love it.
All of these guys right here.
Yeah, like, look, you hit this guy. He's got blockers. Who knows?
Like, there was no one in front of him whatsoever.
You throw it in the direct middle of the field. Literally the worst guy to throw it to in this situation. You throw it to him. Good job. But what's so funny about this is as they're walking on the field, the announcers go, Mike McCarthy, he's been working all season on this situation. He has something drawn up. He's been working. This is like, he's been prepping.
Part.
He's been specializing. Like, this is what he's specializing in right now. And he draws that up. Man, that is...
What a way to end your season, man.
It's great. Back-to-back years, the Cowboys lose to the Niners in the playoffs on the dumbest plays. A QB draw with 14 seconds left. And now, whatever we're going to call that.
Yeah. The Cowboys kind of deserve to lose that game. And it's honestly very funny because the Cowboys lose every year. They sometimes make it past the wild card. And then after they make it past there, they are guaranteed to lose in the divisional. That's just how it goes. Brock Purdy now has tied both Tony Romo and Dak Prescott in their amount of playoff wins. So good job, Brock Purdy.
You started halfway through the season?
You started halfway through the season.
Games or something.
Yeah, but speaking of Brock Purdy, I want to touch on him really quick. We won't just dog on the Cowboys the whole time.
It's fun as it is.
It's fun to dog on the Cowboys. But Brock Purdy played what I would call well enough in this game. He played well enough to not lose them the game, but he wasn't the reason they won. He looked nervous. He didn't look like the Brock Purdy that we've known for the last 7 weeks, where he, looks nervous maybe in the first half, and then in the second half they come out and just dominate. So I don't know what was up with that. He was missing a couple throws. He didn't throw any interceptions, so he wasn't like the reason they lost or anything, or the reason that they came close. But like overall, he didn't look as poised as he had. And there was a moment there where there was just a couple of seconds left in
the first half.
In the first half, where he almost very much looked like he was a rookie.
It's almost like he is.
Well, he is a rookie,
Yeah.
but this whole season it's been like, oh, he's so poised, he's so confident, he's such a good quarterback for being a rookie. And he almost sold because he threw the ball away way late instead of throwing it away early because he didn't see anything, and it almost cost them making a field goal at the end of the first half. So it'll be really interesting to see the Eagles-Niners next week. I'm going to have to really think about who I'm picking for that game and why, because it's like my gut tells me 49ers, but at the same time, we have the 49ers defense, who is ranked number 1 in the NFL, and the Eagles defense, who's ranked number 2 in the NFL, going against a rookie quarterback, and the Cowboys defense is nothing to sneeze at, and he only put up 19 points against them. It should be really interesting to see. I'm really, really excited for the conference games this week.
But like you said, he did play well enough, which with this 49ers team, that's all you have to do to win a game. You have so many skill positions. We say it all the time. And a report came out this week that barring an injury or a crazy regression or some offseason like arrest or something crazy, he is they think they are slotting him to be their 2023 starter. So obviously they traded up. They traded 3 first-round picks to trade up and get Trey Lance. Do you think they'll trade Trey Lance? I mean, that's what it's looking like right now.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. If they're looking for Brock Purdy to be their guy, if I were Trey Lance, I'd request a trade. I mean, you're in the best years of your career right now. I mean, you've sat for a couple of years now. You've learned everything about what it is to be a quarterback in the NFL. If I were Trey Lance, I'd request a trade. If I was the Niners, you trade it up to get him.
Yeah.
Trade him away for something. There are enough teams that need a quarterback that you can trade, get picks, get players, get literally anything you want, because like you've said so many times, because you seem to be in love with Trey Lance. Trey Lance has some of the best upside for a young quarterback that we've seen in a really long time. So we'll see what happens. We'll see where he goes. I don't think he stays
I don't think he does
in
either.
the Bay Area. And if I were the 49ers, obviously Jimmy Garoppolo probably won't be there next year. I assume he won't be. Probably pick up a quarterback in the 4th round of the draft. Someone serviceable, maybe JJ McCarthy. So a serviceable quarterback who, if something were to happen to Purdy, can easily slide into your system as a pocket passer.
I think McCarthy has to stay another year, doesn't he?
Is he? I thought he was gone.
I don't know.
We'll see.
Jack,
Maybe
if
you're
you're
right.
listening, let us know.
Jack, if you're listening, let us know. I hope that he stays because he's really not that good. So if you could play Ohio
He's
State
beat
again,
us twice in a year, twice in a row.
Jim Harbaugh's beat us twice in a row.
It's true. But yeah. Should be. This is a really fun time of the year. Obviously the 2 biggest games, bar and Super Bowl, of the year here. Should be great games. It is sad though, because literally 3 games left in the season.
Yeah, well, 4 because the Pro Bowl.
The Pro Bowl is flag football this year.
Yeah, I know that kind of sucks.
That's literally so lame.
Love to cover it.
Yeah, well, I mean, we can talk about the Pro Bowl a little bit. I mean, it's whatever.
No, Debbie said we have to. That means we have to. Debbie's in charge around here.
Yeah, we know.
Maybe they'll put in more effort into flag football than the actual football that they played a couple years ago.
Dude, no, last season, it was flag. It was 2-hand tap. Like, everyone
It
was.
was. Oh,
Oh, man.
It was so. This is so pathetic.
It was such a joke.
Go back like 15 years ago when the Pro Bowl meant something.
And Sean, what's his name? Sean, the Washington dude, safety who passed away. Sean
Taylor.
Yeah. Completely leveled the one punter on the fake punt. He was trying to run. Boom. Literally like that'd be one of the best hits of NFL if it was in the regular season or playoffs. This happened in the Pro Bowl. Why don't they do that again? I understand you don't want to get hurt. But dude, come on, man. Like
The Pro Bowl used to be fun. 15 years ago and further on, it used to be so much fun. Like people would be like, yeah, I'm playing in the Pro Bowl. This is what I work my career for. I play in the Pro Bowl. And they go out and they hit hard and it's fun, awesome football. And now it's like, oh, they didn't even have it for a number of years. And then they did a stupid thing where it wasn't even AFC versus NFC.
Yeah,
they
Chris
had like,
Carter versus...
They had like team captains and they'd like hand pick their team and it was so stupid. And then they went back to it. Now it's flag football with the team captains being Pete Davidson and Snoop Dogg.
Is that really the captains?
Legitimately.
That is awesome. Oh my gosh, I'm watching it now. I had no idea those were the captains.
It'd be more fun
If they
in
played.
my opinion, if they had to play.
They were the quarterbacks of
your
their
team captain
respective
has to
team.
be the quarterback
Oh
of your
my
team.
gosh. That would be
so
so funny. And they would actually play. They wouldn't 2-hand tap flag football.
They'd do it. They'd both be
horrible.
Yeah, it'd be horrible is what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
100%.
You need to get Josh that.
And that would be
good.
That would be so funny to watch. But
Anyway. Is there anything else, Debbie? Anything you'd like us to say? No?
Jack doesn't have any questions. That's unfortunate. Bummer.
Jack,
We missed
we
you
hope
this
to see
week.
you this week on our Pick'ems episode.
Jack seems to be 1 week he'll listen, he'll take a break.
Yeah.
And he listens and he'll take a break. So maybe like
Maybe don't do that.
Yeah, maybe don't do that anymore. Maybe listen all the time. Get your friends to listen. We're not desperate. Stop thinking that right now.
All of your Michigan fans.
Nah.
oh yeah, no, actually now that you think about it, he's been on Pick'ems. He hasn't been on a recap. So
That's
maybe
true.
he works. He's working, man.
Boo.
That's respect.
Yeah, it's respect right there.
But yeah. You got anything else you want to say? Any news? Any
Nope. That's it for me.
Yeah, we got
Waffle House announcements should be coming up soon. I mean,
season ends, so yeah.
right. So we'll have to get some dates together, get some locations
Yeah, aside
together.
from Waffle House, we have a fun off-season plan. We have a lot of stuff
We do.
We
Looking
have.
forward to it.
I even have stuff that I haven't even told you guys. I'm sure you have the same.
Yep.
We have part of our new set right here. I am literally looking at it. It's just not here where you can see it. And
We have a
You're
whole new
so good
setup.
at this
Besides that part of the setup, we have a whole new.
literally
gonna be
aside
different.
from like, I really don't. It's gonna be completely different. But
Yeah.
it'll be so fun.
It'll be great.
It's gonna be fun. But yeah, thanks for listening to this episode of the KNA Football Podcast. This was the divisional round recap, and we will see you guys for the championship week pick'ems. It's crazy. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for watching this episode of KNA Football. You can listen to our podcast wherever you get your podcasts, and we're also active on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts.
If you made it this far in the video, thank you. You're a real one. We'll see you next time.